I'd like to make a motion to open up the Monroe Town Board General Meeting of Monday, October 22nd, 2018.
Second.
Okay.
Seconded. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Again, aye.
Okay. Before we begin the meeting, what I'd like to do is acknowledge a member of our community who has been extremely kind to the residents of Monroe for many years. Scott Rosemarin, would you like to come up to the podium here for a second? Scott, yep, right there. Scott has been very instrumental in helping Councilman Scancarello raise money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which actually goes back into our community in wishes for members of the this Monroe Woodbury community. Scott has offered his property. He actually has offered it to us for the food truck festival, possibly. He's done Heroes for a Cure for 3 years.
3, yep.
And I'll let you piggyback off that.
Since day one, he's just been a great human being. Your wife is wonderful. Your children are wonderful. You open your doors to us like we're family, and what you've done for us over the years is never to be forgotten. You're a great community-oriented person.
Scott actually also, when we had our first food truck festival in June, offered his property for overflow parking. And it was, it wasn't used greatly, but it was there in case we had any issues. So, on behalf of the town board, we'd like to thank you, and I'll let Councilman Scancarello read the plaque.
I'm not going to put the pin on you. You can. The town of Monroe gratefully acknowledges Scott Rosemarin for your selfless dedication, support, and outstanding contributions to the town of the Monroe community. Presented on this day, October 22nd. By the Town Board of Monroe.
Thank you. You guys want to come out and get a photo with Scott?
Thanks very much. Appreciate it, Scott.
Get next to Sal, Larry. Yeah, that's right. Great. Try to be. Here is your Town of Monroe making an impact pin. So Councilman McGinn is good at pinning things.
No.
Tony, look over here, please.
There you go.
Thank you.
Are you going to tell a joke, Scott?
If you give him a few
Don't
minutes,
get
he
him
will.
started.
He will. I'm surprised he didn't take that podium and do a few jokes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Scott.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And Scott, don't feel obligated to stay, because I know you have a lot of things in your life you have to take care of. So I'm not pushing you out, but whenever you're ready to leave,
Just go.
So as far as our board goes, what I'd like to do is go through a couple of items, and I'd like to go into an executive session to discuss personnel and salaries.
And contracts.
And contracts, and then we'll come out and go through the remainder of the agenda. If everyone is okay with that?
Good.
Okay. So the order of the claims which you have in front of you, the vouchers were signed by myself, Councilman McGinn, Councilman Scancarello, and Councilwoman Bingham.
Did I sign those?
Did you get down for these?
Did I sign those with you, right?
I'm just trying to see which
The
one.
last one.
What's that?
Yes.
Oh, some of them, yeah, okay.
Most of them, yeah.
And then I know, so the two abstracts you have in front of you, One is for the Monroe Theater, and one is for the general fund. That one you were talking about, Mary, is listed on here. Well, the couple you were talking about. I know one was the PO number 1800189.
Yes.
Okay. The other one, I believe, from MHE, we were given backup documentation for.
Okay, it just wasn't available when
Yeah.
I was there to sign it.
Yeah, and I forget what the third one was you had. Do you remember?
Don't remember. Okay.
All right, well, so then, I will make a motion to approve the audit of claims excluding PO number 18-00189, which is on your Monroe Theater page. It's about 3/4 of the way down.
Right,
It says advertising in the description.
right. 1735.
Yep, for $1,735.89 until we review that. And I would need a second for
I'll
that.
second.
Any other discussion? Helen, do you happen to remember the other one that Mary was?
I think it might have been about a water charge. Something was charged to a water district for advertising in the photo in the Tenco record,
That was for the part-time employee.
and we transferred the expense.
Okay. It was just, okay. Different coding.
Okay. So, do we have a second?
Yes, I'll second it.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Call the question?
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Okay, so moved. We need the acceptance of the October 1st, 2018 minutes.
I will make a motion to accept the minutes.
I'll second. Cologne, second.
Any other discussion, corrections, changes, revisions? Okay, call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
Okay,
McGinn, aye. Sorry about that.
all right, yeah, sure.
Jumped the gun.
All right. Jumped the gun, no pun intended.
Yeah.
Oh,
Acceptance of the October 3rd, 2018 minutes.
I'll make that motion.
And I will second.
That was Scancarello and Bingham. Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scangarello, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Okay. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna jump around here. What I'd like to do is go over well, let's just do 5.1, 5.2, and then move into executive session. So, the Town of Monroe fee schedule,
We're working on that. Ben has made suggestions, and the town clerk, Mary Ellen, has made suggestions. We did receive samples, well, not samples, but the actual fee schedules from 4 other towns. They're being reviewed, and hopefully we usually adopt the fee schedule in January, so we should be in good shape to have some new fees in place.
okay. All right. And you're working with Mary Ellen on that, right?
And Ben, and
Yeah.
probably Highway.
Okay. All right. Item 5.2, the request to hire a part-time driver at Dial-A-Bus. Let me just see yours, 'cause Okay. Don Pasculo, our not head bus driver, Yes, head bus driver.
Senior?
Has requested to approve hiring Kelly Ann Coffey as a part-time bus driver at a rate of $16.85 per hour under the current contract. The proposed start date is November 1? Correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Pending all the
And
approvals.
she's going to be pending all the satisfactory pre-employment testing and approvals. So we have that request before us. Would anybody like to make a motion?
Seconded for discussion?
Well, I'll make a motion.
Mary made the motion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Again, seconded for discussion. Councilman McGinn's a little off his game
Yeah,
this
I'm a
evening,
little
I
off my game
noticed,
here.
yeah.
I'm reading and not listening, that's why I'm reading this.
Discuss.
So, was this previously, Don, was this previously posted and,
Yes.
all right, and that was
It
actually,
was in the paper and on our website.
Okay.
Times Howell Record.
and what type of response did you get?
About 4 people came
Okay,
for it.
and you're happy with the experience that this person has?
She's going to bring 8 years of bus driving experience. to the
Okay.
table.
All right. I know that CDL with, the passenger endorsements,
Right.
getting harder and harder to get,
She has all of the
She has it.
requirements.
Okay, all right, just wanted to check. I mean, I know she has it, but I just wanted to kind of gauge how
Is
hard
she-
it is to find people.
Is she local?
She is. She lives in Monroe.
Good.
Castle
better.
Avenue.
Okay,
All right.
good thing. No other discussion?
Nope.
No? Okay, call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye?
Scancarello, aye.
Again,
Okay. Helen, would you like to discuss the funds owed to Mudna? Yeah, you can come up here. You could have walked in front of George's camera. Okay, yeah, thanks.
So, in Montgomery Bridge
Road, there is a pump station or an actual pump that needed to be replaced. And Moodna Basin went ahead, did the purchase of the pump, and they actually did the work. So our district, which would be SS8, would owe that money, which is roughly 43, I think it's 4389.
4398.50.
98,
Yep.
okay. So we would owe that money from that sewer district, and right now, we already have a fund balance in SS8, which is roughly 25,000. So I was suggesting that we take the money from that fund balance and pay the 4398 from that, rather than put another tax on the 19 tax bill.
Okay.
and what's the surplus for sewer district number 8?
25,000?
25, all right,
Yeah, that's in their fund balance.
okay.
Do you want to take all the funds out of the fund balance or leave a little bit in there, or?
No, I would leave the remaining balance in there, but I think taking the 4398 would be beneficial because they haven't touched that 25,000 in a number of years.
Oh, okay.
No brainer.
So, and that'll offset it.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we,
I'll make the motion.
You make the
since I'm
motion? yeah, since you're
Since
the
I'm a
Mudna.
Moodna
Yeah,
commission member there, Mr. Supervisor.
okay.
And I will
Supervisor.
second it.
And Councilman Cologne's the other Mudna
Yes.
commission member.
So I'll make a motion that we take the money for the pump, 4398.50, from the fund balance from sewer district number 8 to reimburse Buddha for it.
Okay.
I'll second that. Cologne,
Second.
second.
Any other discussion? Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
Begin, I
Wow, three times
know,
tonight.
it's just tough today.
Yep.
It's been a long day.
Yeah. All right, so moved. Okay. Superintendent Sherney,
Yes.
do you want to discuss that pesticide applicator course? for highway
Okay,
department
this is
personnel?
actually a combined course. It's not just pesticides, it's also for weed control, which is the main reason I would like 2 of my men to go to this. Basically to try to keep a control in these weeds that are growing up in between curb lines, around guide rails, is becoming more and more time consuming. And I think with this type of a course, we'll be definitely beneficial to the town and the taxpayers of the town, as well as a pesticide course, which could actually become beneficial towards possibly certain buildings and ball fields and things of that nature for the town as well. So it's $750 a man. They will provide their own transportation. The class is held in Westchester, and that would be $1,500, and I would have to move a little bit of monies around, but I do have monies in my lines.
Okay. So there's, we have the amount?
$750 a
750
person.
times 2.
Times 2, okay.
Mhm.
So can we get a motion to approve $1,500?
All right, I'll make the motion to approve the $1,500 for weed and pest control for the highway, and that would be for education purposes of 2 members of the highway department.
I'll second.
Discussion, that $750 includes any other expenses, John? as well?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Okay.
And do you know what 2 men are likely to go to?
Al Berto and possibly Chris Cox. I do have 2 guys signed up. They can change their mind, and I can still have 48 hours notice to where I can get somebody else in the class.
Okay.
And they'll be licensed for pest control.
Exactly.
That's going to be a big savings.
So it'll help out. In the long run, it'll help out everybody. I know the Village of Monroe has one guy that does it, for especially spraying the weeds. Weed control is a biggie.
Yeah.
It really is.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. I will call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarella, aye.
Begin, aye.
Okay, so moved.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, John.
Next item, as Mrs. Morris from the Senior Center discussed, we need to set up a capital reserve fund for general repairs and building repairs for the Senior Center. The account number would be HO-11. So I will make a motion to approve that capital reserve fund, line item being.
And I will second.
Any other discussion? Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarella, aye.
Begin, aye.
Okay. Next up, so with respect to our computers in the town of Monroe, we have a bunch of computers which are on different levels of office. We just upgraded, I believe, to 2013, and right now we want to upgrade to 2016 to get closer to the place where we want to be with respect to our office, Microsoft Office. The licensing is a one-time fee. We'll own the software, and it's approximately $230 per user. Helen, do we have like 40-something users currently?
Approximately, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, we're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of about $10,000. I want everybody to think about this. I don't want to make a decision tonight because I want to research it a little more. There is an issue with some of the people who are on 13 and some of the people who are on 16 with our mail, receiving, sending mail, and there's also some security issues with regard to the malware and whatnot. So I want to gather more information. I just want everybody to be aware of what's going on with it. Do you have a question?
Yeah, so what is this, that number, is that, are we getting that number by going through our IMA with New Windsor?
No, this is Core BTS.
Core BTS.
Yeah, who we have.
Is that like a,
an
is that
agreement
like
with
a
them. It's
government
state-
contract
it's a
number?
state- Yeah, it's a
bid?
state bid number. So, and they're good for about 10 years, the installs on them. You know, some people have issues. I know Helen has had issues with her computer lag. You have 13 or?
I have 13.
Yeah. So if you have an older version, your computer's lagging, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes it's later in the day. In my case, it's been earlier in the day. So, Mary Ellen, how have yours been?
Ours lag at the end of the day.
I see you.
Yeah, they do. You do know at the end of the day. And I always I'm not very computer savvy when it comes to this, and I said, oh, we're closing town hall at 4 o'clock, so I guess the server's closing down. And I never realized that that's actually what was happening. It was not the server itself.
And just, just so everybody understands, there's, I don't know what the right word is, but our system was kind of fragmented from the start. Once we started investigating it in late 2017, not everybody had software protection on their computer. The only software protection was on the main server.
Yes.
And I don't even think, did the backup server have it?
Well, the backup server was it was backing up to another location, yes.
Okay. So, our IT guys have really had some issues. And as everyone knows, we did have a virus for about middle of September? No, end of August. End of August twice. And, they were able to, avert a major catastrophe. So it was 2 weeks. I know Helen could not get on the BAS program because we didn't want to infect it. So, so this essentially is an upgrade, and I think this will get us to the point where we really should be, because we were presently working on 2007 Office with no upgrades. We were out of contract, out of warranty, and I think this is I'll get more information for everyone. I just want everybody to be aware that it's something that we probably will need to do. So, okay, with that said, I'd like to make a motion to go in executive session to discuss salaries and
Contract.
also contract negotiations.
You're gonna make the motion?
I'll second it.
I'll make the motion.
Oh,
Okay.
You're gonna second, you just second.
you make the motion, I'll second it.
Okay.
Okay, you got it.
Call the question.
Bingham, aye.
Cologne, aye.
Cardone, aye.
Scancarello, aye.
McGinn, aye.
Don't make.
Okay.
Come on, please.
We'll keep it quick. I know Helen wanted to discuss some things. I don't know, let's, how about you come back? Yeah, come back first. Okay.